everyone. It is time to go to work. I'm getting all my stuff out. My Alani Nugo. There it is. We're starting with the Dream Float Alani Nu. Today we are starting a vlog of how many 25 of 2025 books is it going to take for me to finish, or how many books is it going to take for me to finish my holiday ornaments and little diamond art wreath. That's what we're doing this vlog with now, because I'm running out of time. I'm trying to get my earbud to connect. But yeah, that's what's going on. I am alone at work this week, which means my coworker's not there, and my coworker, who's very great and awesome, loves to listen to the radio, and talks loud and stuff. Come on, you can connect. I know you can. Yeah, pairing. There we go. And he always listens. It's the same freaking station, which plays the same like 25 songs, and it drives me a little bit insane. And I can't listen to my audiobooks when I'm at work when everyone's there. So this week he's off on vacation, so we're gonna see what I can get done. We're kicking off with The Last Luminian by S.G. Blaze. This was also a SPIFFO contestant. I don't remember off the top of my head what level it got to. I think semi-finalist. But it's a fantasy, adventure, romance, rebel princesses trying to help the people instead of their corrupt family, is what I remember off the top of my head. But we're going to eat our food, crack open our Alani, and we're gonna go. Hi everybody, we're leaving work now, and I finished that whole book today. So we're gonna get out of here, talk a little about it. So The Last Luminian was not what I expected. It was much more like sci-fi fantasy, but I wasn't sure where we were going with this, because we have this like rebellion sort of thing that the princess is a part of. It jumped around quite a bit for me in terms of timelines and plots. It felt like there were several different plots, and then I just could not for the life of me keep any of the male characters straight. I was so confused at who was who and who she was falling for. And like, there was one point where she says that she wasn't dealing with a lot of romance, and I'm like, girl, you made out with this guy you flirted with, and now you made out with this guy too. What are you talking about? There were several moments that were just kind of like a lot of like telling and not showing. There was entire blocks of just telling you what's going on. It felt like the character herself wasn't necessarily as well developed, and the magic system, I didn't understand it at all. Like, it didn't make any sense to me about what her magic is and why is healing magic the lowest. Like, it didn't make sense for me overall. It was still like fine. It was an overall like a dystopian sci-fi fantasy with a little bit of romance in it. It begins a trilogy, so there's more to build. But there was a lot of repetitiveness, I felt like, especially with our main character. And yeah, it didn't give me the oomph I wanted it to. I really did not connect so well. Camera stopped recording, and I was telling you guys all this crazy stuff about it. What are you doing? What are we doing? What's everybody? Okay, you're crossing. Now you're crossing. Anyway. Okay, so I didn't really connect with these characters. There wasn't anyone that was like stand out, like, oh, I really love this character. Honestly, there were too many that it was hard to keep track of. The men, especially, like I said before, the girls, all her friends, like, I could not remember who knew what, who was a part of what. It just jumped around so much that it was really hard for me to lock onto. This one, it's just one of those books that's like, this is not for me. It's not overall bad. The writing and stuff is fine. It was a lackluster book for me. There was some weird moments here, especially when you find out who our main character of Lila, I've already forgotten how to pronounce the name, her half-sister is, And that was gross and weird, and I didn't need a Cassandra Clare insert moment here. If you know, you know. Yeah, I hated that part. That felt unnecessary. The deaths that happened in this book I felt were really annoying and unnecessary as well, especially what has happened prior to it. I'm like, that seemed like a cheap shot for certain things. And if this other character turns out pregnant with the person who died as baby, I'm gonna throw hands. I'm probably not gonna continue this series, I'll be real. It doesn't hold enough interest for me to do that. But if that's the case, I'm like, I hate that kind of cheap shot. I hated it in the Hunger Games when I first read about that kind of a trope, and I have hated it every single time after. So yeah, don't do that. Don't do that to me. No likey. So my experience with The Last Luminian, not great. Really didn't understand the magic system, the lore and stuff. It just, nothing clicked for me. It's weird because I said this book is very much like a tell, not show book in the not great way. It had some moments, but some moments were like, that's too much telling and not enough showing for me. And I'm so frustrated. Like, I can't even think straight because I'm kind of frustrated with, like, this book had such potential for me and it just fell flat. And I'm really upset about that. So anyway, yeah, I'm not too happy with it. I'm kind of blah, blah. But that was one of a 25 of 2025 that we've now finished in a day because we're scrambling to get as many done. I'm going to start the Forever song next, which is actually a conclusion of a trilogy that I have been enjoying by Julie Kagawa. It is a vampire book as well, so that counts towards my 17 vampire book. Tonight is an edit night for me. Most of this is actually, I'm getting done with filming all of Litmas, even though by the time you see this, we're well into Litmas. But that's what's happening right now. So if I finish editing a video and it's going to render us of them, we'll pick up our diamond painting and work on those ornaments and my wreath, because I haven't even shown you my wreath yet. But we'll do that while we listen to Forever song and see how many we can get through. It was kind of nice at work today that, like, we didn't have the radio playing and I was left mostly to my own devices, which I super enjoy. I like it when I get left alone because then I can breathe a little bit, and it wasn't as intense of a day as I thought it might be. It was intense in the morning, but anyway, all right, I need to actually, like, drive now because we're finally, like, at the part that I'm normally bumper to bumper, but because it's Thanksgiving weekend, nobody's here. Not weekend. Thanksgiving week is when we're filming this, and nobody's around right now. I guess everybody took the week off. Good for them! What? Hi! Hi, baby! Hi! Hello! Oh my gosh! Hello! 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 Hi! 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 Are you okay? Did you have a good day? Were you okay today? Yeah? Do you need something? Hello, everybody. We're still experimenting with these microphones, and I just want to apologize because I got through editing this video, and I don't know these microphones very well, and I'm just so sorry for how bad the quality is. I'm really frustrated with the quality of my audio as of late while I've been working with these microphones, and I just can't, because I wish it had something to indicate the good sound. But it doesn't. I have some buttons for lesser, so I've put it down 3 marks right now. So I'm hoping that it sounds fine. If it doesn't, I apologize. We just finished editing a video. Very fun video. It is now 8 o'clock. Oh, yeah. So either I work on the diamond paintings or I start physically reading, which I do have a commission book that I do need to read. And on top of several other books that I don't have. So here's Last Luminian, which we did finish. I need to physically read this book, The Gifted Society, which is very chunky, unfortunately. We have The Splendor here, which I have to read physically. We're about to start Forever Song. Magnolia Sword I have 1. Letters to the Lost I have an audio. Devil Mix 3 I have an audio, and then I have The Weight of Our Sky, which also needs physically, and then Steelheart I have an audio, and then I have 2 ebooks. I think I have 2 left. I know I have Something Something Magic and Parasite Eve to get through. Is that everybody on the 2025? I can get my mouse to go. Where's my mouse? I have finished a whole row. Yeah, that's everybody. So we have officially 10 books left to finish before the end of the year. So I can either start one of those physicals, the ebooks, or the commission book, which I should do the commission because that's part of my whole thing is I commission it, immediately goes on the TBR. So I will either start reading that physically because that was requested to do it physically, or continue with diamond painting. I'm really, really tired though. So I might just start that commission book and just kind of lay in bed while this renders and all that jazz. But we've at least finished one video tonight. Once it renders, we'll export, and if I can, I'll set up the next video or start editing because I'm so behind on all this. But by the time you guys see this video, all of these will be done. But just know this is the process of Litmas, and it's an intense time. I'm kind of worried I won't even be able to participate in my own Winter Wonder Mania that I started because I was hoping to have all these done by then, but I don't think I will. And life is just really, really stressful, and not good things happening behind the scenes here that you don't need to know about, but not good things are happening, and I need good things to start happening again. So anyway, we're gonna go read The Suffering. Thinking of not good things. I'll just read a book called The Suffering. It should be fine. All right. Yeah, we're gonna do that, I guess, for a little bit. Good morning. Next day. So we're gonna start listening to the Forever song. And I did have to say there is a casualty in my diamond painting. I discovered last night when I sat down on my bed, or when I laid down really, to read The Suffering. I started reading that last night. I'm enjoying it. But I found that somehow one of the 2 pieces of the ornaments of the Christmas tree, because it's 2 pieces you diamond paint and then you stick them together, one of them fell onto my blanket, and then somebody else, a 107-pound chihuahua, might have sat on it as well and broke it apart. So that's not going to be a 3D piece anymore, unfortunately. So I did have that suffering moment. Trying to get connected here. Just time to have a bite. Oh, this is a ham and cheese croissant. I pretty much eat them every morning. And our Alani of the day is somewhere in this bag. There it is. I have the pink slush, which is my favorite Alani. Open it up. Open up. This will be interesting because I read the first 2 books physically and not as an audio. But your girl's desperate to get things done. Now it says my listening time is 5 hours. Can I read this in a day too at work? I don't know. We'll see how busy it is. But we're going to go now. Okay, bye. So, hi. I did not finish listening to the Forever song. We're working on it. We're doing more. We're doing more today. So I'm working on my little guys here, but there was a casualty with the other piece. Somebody knocked it off and sat on it and broke it. And that somebody is a 107-pound chihuahua. So it's going to be, the tree is just going to be a 2D one. We still have gingerbread house to do, and the wreath, which I haven't even shown you guys my wreath, but it's okay. You're okay. This is the wreath that we'll be doing, that I hope to be doing throughout this video. Let's see a little, get it out of this thing. So it's just a little window wreath. Just a little guy. Just a little guy. You know? It's okay, baby. You're fine. Come here. You're okay. Yeah, up. There. So, yeah, we're just gonna keep going. We're gonna continue working on this baby. And so I've done most I just need to do the brown part of this guy, but it's cute, at least. It's still cute. But this isn't sticky, is it? No, the middle part's not sticky at all, so I couldn't even, like, fully change it up and, like, fully connect it all, which is unfortunate. But, like, and these came in a pack together, so yeah. All right, well, time to put the head the horns in. I've had this in my ear all day, actually. You know what? We're going to put the other one in. Because I've had it in that ear all freaking day at work, and work was a nightmare day today. So I kept getting interrupted, and it was not a fun time. But we are we're pretty much halfway, actually more than halfway right now. Let's see, where exactly are we at? We only have an hour and 25 minutes left. It's been a wild ride, but I do highly recommend this series if you're into, well, vampire books for one. This is one of the better YA vampire books, in my opinion, because it handles the relationship really well. And it has really good story beats, I would say. Really good character growth. I love the character of Jackal. I am a sucker for any time. This is probably my favorite trope. When you have a villain character turned sidekick. That is my favorite trope, and this book does it so well, and it's so fun. This one was a little bit angsty because one of our main characters, what we know from the ending of the second book, I don't want to give away too much if you haven't read The City. There's a very pivotal thing that happens in the second book at the very end, and our main character does not witness the aftermath. We know it as the audience, and I remembered this, even though I haven't read the second book in a hot second. It's been quite a while. I've been needing to finish the series. But it did these things, and you knew what was coming, but there's a bit of angst. There's a bit of elongated angst, but that's why Jackal's the best character, because he's like, are we done yet? Okay. Let's move on from the trauma. We have bigger problems. He's that kind of character, and I love him for it. I know if we're following correct, story beats and stuff, I know what's probably going to happen to my favorite guy, but that the whole arc of the villain turned sidekick is it's so fun to me. It's just my favorite thing. It's the Zuko thing. Anytime you give me a Zuko-like situation, I'm gonna be horribly invested in a good way. So, all right, let's get cracking. Okay, so we've finished it. We have finished the Forever Song. There's also a bonus novella in this version, but I have no idea what this is. It's not with any characters I recognize, so I kind of don't care. But yeah, that was a great conclusion. Absolutely loved how Jackal turned out, because he's my favorite character and he's the one I care about. Kind of not predictable in the sense of a lot. Like, every time you thought, okay, here's where we're gonna, and think, nope, just kidding. Bad thing, next bad thing. So it definitely is a book that got my heart racing quite a bit, and several moments I verbally, like, while I was doing this, I verbally was like, no! And then I was like, oh, okay, thank God. So it has a lot of those moments. But in terms of, like, vampire books, like, honestly, if you wanted a YA vampire paranormal romance, this should have hit a lot better than Twilight ever did. In my opinion, it's just way better constructed. The world building is so much better. I thoroughly enjoyed this a lot more. But of course, we are not done with the diamond painting ornamentes and wreath. I'm only on one side of the gingerbread house right now, and suffering through that. So, who knows how many more books we'll need to get through these. But I do need to decide what we're reading next. I've really just put all of my, the remaining 25 of 2025s that I have in audio format on a spinner wheel. And there's not many left, I will say. So, let me just remove Forever Song. We've got 4 left that we can do. No, 4 left that I can do on audio here. Let's find out what we got. We're going to do The Magnolia Sword by Sherry Thomas, which is a Mulan retelling, which I have on Everand. Won't be starting it tonight because it's Dancing with the Stars finale, and my mom wants to watch it with me, and I know it's already started, and she's sad because she's like, you're going to miss the opening, and I'm like, well, let me finish my book, and then we'll go. So I'm going to go do that with my mom. But yeah, overall, I definitely recommend I think the first book is called The Immortal Rules, which is like Eden, it's Eden is part of the series title. Wait, does it say it on here? Blood of Eden. There we go. The Blood of Eden trilogy. So if you're looking for a YA in a good way, vampire, paranormal romance, very intense, good character building, good world building, like, trust in Julie Kagawa. She's got good stuff. And also, excuse me, Allison is not only a vampire, she's a katana wielding vampire. Come on now. Tell me you don't want to read a book about a katana wielding vampire. So, yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that one. That was a great time. Let's continue forward. Everybody, I'm super annoyed. We're home. My computer, it's editing night, and my freaking program keeps crashing on me while trying to edit this video, and I'm very annoyed. But we did, in fact, spend all day today listening to The Magnolia Sword by Sherry Thomas, which is a Ballad of Mulan retelling. It was excellent, actually. I really, really like this. And I don't know how accurate it is to the original ballad, but I thought it was well done. The Disney version is not at all close. It's a little close. Not really. It's got the main essence of Mulan, but this has a lot more close to. Well, I think it's a lot closer to this. What is happening, computer? I'm restarting my computer because of all this nonsense. Anyway, so Magnolia Sword. So Fa Mulan had a twin brother that died, and she takes his place basically and has grown up. So it's not a sudden decision to be a man like it is in the Disney movie. She has basically been raised a boy to take her brother's place. There's also this duel that she is destined to do against this other character who is essentially, to easily explain it, the Shang character. He is a prince, and there has been strife between their families, but everyone's called to go to war, and so their duel is upset by this, and they actually become good friends. And every 2 seconds, she thinks she has given herself away, which is really funny. I also like that she's not very gung-ho about fighting. She's like, I want to be in the safest location possible, which ends up having her assigned to this elite team force or task force with the prince, because she thinks, oh, the prince is not going to see battle. They're going to protect him. That's not the case. So she has a lot of really good growth moments in fights and in herself and in her relationships. I was confused a little bit because sometimes I thought we were talking with the prince character. We were not talking with the prince character. We were talking with other characters, and I was getting a little bit confused. But it's fine. I got it by the end, but sometimes I was confused. I will say the narration is done by Emily Wu Zeller, who also read The Poppy War. And because this is Battle War in China and Poppy War is Battle War in not China, but China, I was like, wait, what book am I reading? I had a couple confusing moments. So just because of the narration, because it's Emily Wu Zeller, who I love, great. But I was like, I'm not reading The Poppy War right now. This is because there was another character named Catan, and there's a Catan in Poppy War, and I was like, wait, I'm confusing myself. But yeah, so I really enjoyed this. This was a great one. Definitely pick it up if you haven't checked it out yet. Yay, another one down. And we get to figure out what's our next one. I might pause to do my November release, because I still haven't done that yet for Her Kid. Let's see what it gives me. Nope, that's not what I want. I want my spinner wheel. See what the spinner wheel gives me. Also, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Steelheart, Brandon Sanderson. Okay, we should read that. I don't think. Well, let's see how long it is. Because if I can do a really short. If I can do a really, really short one, it's 12 and a half. A shorter November release, then I'll do that really quickly. I did finish one part of our gingerbread house. I still have to do the other part of it. Finally, computer has turned back on, and we're going to see. But we're also going to watch the premiere of Stranger Things tonight, so I don't know how much more I'll get done tonight with this. But so far, 3 books have been done in order to try and complete these paintings. But tomorrow is, of course, Thanksgiving. Not, of course, you guys don't know that, but it is. So I will be doing a lot of cooking. There'll be family stuff. Dog show is on. So I don't know how much I'll be able to do reading-wise. I might have some breaks to be able to do a little diamond painting and stuff. But it is a filming day tomorrow as well. So I have a couple videos to try to get done. But we'll probably end up staying late editing this video because my freaking program keeps crashing, so I'm saving every 2 seconds, but it also didn't save a lot of what I've been doing. I don't know why it's crashing, but I just did a cleanup on my computer, defrag and stuff, and hopefully that helps, but I don't know what's going on. So, all right, let's continue forward. Hello everybody, happy Thanksgiving, even though this video is a Christmas video. I'm having a freaking day today on Thanksgiving. Because my computer keeps crashing. Not my computer, just my editing program keeps crashing. I have disk cleaned up twice. I have just done a defrag. We have turned it on and off again. I'm doing it again right now. but it's making me upsetty spaghetti because I want to finish editing this video. I have worked so hard on it. Actually, I just need to export it. I need to render and export. That's all I have left. But we're about to watch Dog Show as we've been cooking. So I'm going to finish doing this with Dog Show. So I only have one more piece of that. And we'll start on this. I did start my November release instead of a 25. We got this side. And this guy. So we'll take these upstairs while we multitask that. While my computer turns back on again. But like, I'm getting very stressed out that if my whole program is crashing, I don't know what to do to fix it. And what that means for the rest of the Litmas videos, including this one. Hopefully if you're seeing it, I fixed it. But I don't know what to do. And it's not really a situation where I can easily uninstall and reinstall for reasons that I will not disclose on the internet. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. So it is now exactly noon, which means Dog Show is starting right now. Best in Show coming up next. Who do you think is going to win, Mom?
I want the Bichon to win.
I know.
I have a heart for the giant schnauzer.
I know. That's where I'm leaning giant schnauz.
Dino. I want Dino.
We were friends with giant schnauzers too. Remember the two giant schnauzers with Norwegian names? You remember them?
Wait, isn't the Skipperky in there?
Not in the Best in Show.
Oh, it's a tough crowd. And to go with a miniature schnauzer against a giant schnauzer?
Yeah, that's gonna be tough comp. Tough comp, y'all. Tough comp, y'all. But this one wins my heart. Yeah. And this one does too. The other one's downstairs.
Oh, okay.
What do you think? Paul, who do you think is gonna win?
I like the giant ones.
Oh, I know. It's a big and black dog, just like me. Alright, giant schnauzer! Oh wait, I do want the setter though. I love, there's the foxhound.
Here come the champions.
Bichon.
Oh, my baby.
Yeah, I think you're right. I forgot.
Dino!
Dino! Aww.
See my
Bubba, does that look like your friend?
teethers.
Who's that?
See the puppy?
Who's that?
Look at him.
Who's that, Luz?
What do you want?
Who do you want to win?
See the puppy? Yeah, there's a puppy there.
What are you thinking? I know, Emmy's coming. Emmy's gonna come right when they're announcing it. They know. Oh.
See the puppy?
Look at the English setter. What are you looking at? What?
Is that the one you wanted, the setter?
Yeah, I like the English setters a lot.
He looks tired.
Yeah.
He's already had a day.
Alright, we'll find out in a second.
I'm just happy to be nominated.
Yeah. No!
Oh!
What an upset! What?
Well, his name was George.
He's still a good dog, but it's not the one we wanted to win. I know, you depressed now. Just kidding, that was second place. The Belgian Sheepdog won, which we're still upset about, but it's still a good baby. It kind of looks like a big pie. Woo, we finished. Finished the ornaments. Oh, huzzah. So I finished these mostly today during Thanksgiving, so I wasn't really listening much. I was listening a little bit to not a 25-25, but I did listen to my November release, which was Strack's Bad Day by Stephanie Yang. Very, very fun, quick novella, sci-fi novella, disaster person having to take care of bossy 12-year-old for a day situation while in space and stuff, and it was very, very fun. Highly recommend that book if you guys want to check it out. Very quick read. But yeah, we have now finished this guy, and we can start on the wreath. Yay! So I'm going to organize the gems for that. I'm still exporting this video. I finally got the computer kind of working. It's exporting. Somebody is tryptophaned out right now. It's pretty bad, huh, Bubba? It's pretty bad. He's also scared of the turkey when it's in its turkey form. Like when it's in its raw form and when it's cooked, like just in the shape. Very scared of it. Don't know why. but he's just a baby, you know? He's just a baby. So, yeah, all right. But I'm just gonna catch up on some YouTube stuff that I've missed, and we'll start Steelheart tomorrow. I don't think I'll finish that tonight. That's a much bigger one. So, we'll see how far we get tonight, though. Hi, everybody. How we doing? I am home from everything. I have already edited a video. It's currently rendering, and then we'll export it. But I started listening to Steelheart by Brandon Sanderson today. This is the first in the Reckoners. It's another 2025. And I am really enjoying this. It's got a slightly different vibe to his normal stuff, but not in a bad way. I've never seen fully this TV show, but I've seen clips of this TV show. And so this is what it's reminding me of. And if you've ever watched The Boys, it's kind of giving The Boys vibes, in a slightly different way. So we have our main character of David, who as a kid was horribly traumatized by watching his father get unalived by essentially a superhero. And so there are rampant superheroes. They're called epics in this world. And they've basically taken over the world. You know, nothing can really stand in their way. So basically the overall essence of this story, the question is, what if every superhero was a villain? And was evil and bad and horrible. And there are no good superheroes. They're just all corrupt. Because we do have the famous line of power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely nothing. And that's what we're dealing with. So he wants to join the Reckoners, who is a group of non-superheroes who are trying to go against them. And he wants to take that revenge. So that's what we've been to. I will say Brandon Sanderson always is kind of weak on his romance. And so the romance side of it, while it's entertaining, there's parts of it where I'm just like, you're such a boy. You know, he's being such a boy. But I only have like an hour-ish so left of this first book. We've had a very intense moment. And what was really funny is as I was driving home, they're literally doing this like big motorcycle chase scene. And so I'm like, I'm in it with them. You know, it's very immersive. This book Brandon Sanderson is really good at being immersive in a lot of ways. But I think a lot of people don't favor his more YA stuff. When personally, I tend to like his YA a lot more than I like Stormlight or Mistborn and stuff. Like Mistborn, I like first era way more than I like second era of Mistborn, but like Stormlight can feel inaccessible because of how heavy it is on the world building stuff, and the Reckoners is much more fast paced. It's much more accessible because of it's not as much world building because it is our world, just now our world being controlled by evil superheroes. So now they're not in Chicago, they're in New Chicago. I find that really funny. But there's been a lot of really good moments. We have this kind of ragtag group of people who are going against them. So it's very, very fun that way. But I am itching to do this. Every 2 seconds I keep fiddling with it. I'm like, stop, finish it, editing the video, and then you can play. I just have the itch to do the diamond painting right now. And it's really weird because like from one standpoint, I'm like, diamond painting to me looks very tacky, but it's so fun. You know, I don't care that it's tacky. It's so fun and so relaxing and so enjoyable that I encourage everybody to do it. I do wish that this was double-sided because the other side is like this, where it's just like, here's what it'll look like, you know, kind of thing. And then you have the diamond side. So I do wish it was double-sided so that you could hang it, and no matter what side you got was the shiny sparklies. But that's fine. So we're going to work on this while we finish listening to Steelheart. And yeah, I have an hour and 27 minutes left. It is currently 7 p.m. and I just opened my camera on accident. There we go. So there we go. The downside is Steelheart is only available as an audiobook from Audible, which I do. I hate that. I hate that a lot, especially because Brandon Sanderson's so anti-Audible. You would think he would have taken his stuff off of it and moved it, but apparently not the Reckoners. So don't know why. Don't know why for that, but okay. We're going to let this render and we're going to let's go. Let's do this. shade. It's very sparkly, especially around the bow there. But I did it. And you know what else I did? It kind of matches. They match. Steelheart matches. But I finished listening to Steelheart. Great plot twist, sir. I really was surprised a couple times. I do not want to spoil it for you, though, but there's like a thing that you're like, oh, that's really tragic and like not out of the sphere of Brandon Sanderson, but it's usually out of the sphere of like a YA situation to have that happen. And then the twist later is good. I started to kind of have a feeling once we were in the arena. I was like, oh, maybe this is how we do the thing here. And then there was the double plot twist at the end. So this is a good plot twist, guys. So I like this a lot. I think this is underrated, very underrated Sanderson. But I like our character growth. We have really good character growth because this is one of the stories where the main character starts out with like, I want revenge, I want vengeance and things. And while we still want those kind of things, there is great growth into what that path is and how it ends up in that like final battle moment is so good. Like, dang. Say what you want about Brandon Sanderson, but like, y'all, he does really good in his books. His world building, he's always talked about his world building and stuff, but like, just the plot points here, like the little tiny hints of things that if I were to like go back and read, like, I immediately would be able to pick it out. But the first time you're reading it, you're like, wait, you did mention that before. So I thoroughly enjoyed this. So that means to finish this guy and the other little diamond painting guys, it took me how many books? 3? Because we did Forever Song, Magnolia Sword. Did I start Last and Medium? I don't even remember at this point. It's been a week. Yeah, I did. Because it's really been basically a book a day this week. So 5 books in total. 4 and a short story novella-ish. Because it's really technically... Strack's Bad Day was only like 80 pages. Physically, it's only 2.5 hours. But that's how long it takes me to do all those diamond paintings. Which, I know I say like they're very tacky and stuff, but like, they're cute. You know, they're cute and fun. They're a fun little thing. I will say getting this chain on here was not fun. But I did that off camera. Alright, well, that's the end of this vlog. 7 books left. It is currently, as of filming this, November 28th. Can I do this? Especially when there's only 2 of them left that are audio. I am considering using Speechify for the other 2 audio or the other 2 ebooks just to get them through faster, even though I don't really like AI stuff like at all. But I don't anticipate being able to finish these in time, like sitting down and reading, because I'm so busy right now. But I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on Speechify? I'm hesitant about it. I don't know the full parameters of Speechify. I've only done like a cursory glance at it, so let me know. What are your thoughts on Speechify? And I know they're using AI, but I don't know what they've trained the AI on. I know this is more, Speechify is a little bit more about, I think it's more about accessibility versus, theft of voices and things. So I don't know what it's done on, if it's a little bit more on the, it's not sustainable, because AI is really not sustainable. I already hate AI because of the ecological issues, the environmental issues with it, and the water that it requires for the servers. So in general, that's really, really bad. But, pick your battles kind of thing. What's the word I'm looking for? Ethical. I think it's of the AI things, it might be more ethical. I don't know though. I definitely need to do more research on it. So we'll see. We'll continue with the 2 audiobooks that I definitely have and see where we wind up for Something Something Magic and Parasite Eve. I think Something Something Magic I might be able to get through because I don't think it's that long. Parasite Eve I think is like 400 pages, if memory serves. I don't know, but we'll see. Anyway, that's the end of this vlog. I will see you for another day of Litmas tomorrow. Bye! Oh my god, there's a shovel in the road. Don't want that. That's a fun thing on my chair.